Hey VC, it's Joel coming at you from Planet 13, and this is just my quick tribute to Steve Carlson. Steve, if you're watching, I'm totally sorry, man. Thankfully, I guess I should explain. Steve, his vinyl collection was wiped out in a flood in Michigan where he lives, and it took out his vinyl collection plus other mementos, his stereo system, lots of stuff. It sucks. The worst thing that can happen to vinyl is water damage because, you get the mold in the cardboard and the warping and oh man, it sucks. And yeah, Steve, I'm so sorry, man. Every vinyl collector's nightmare, but fortunately you are still with us. Fortunately, your family's safe. Had you died in a plane crash or a car crash or whatever else, that would have been a true tragedy. So I'm glad you are still with us. And I realize now you have other priorities. You got to get your life back in order. But at least you're still with us, and I'm happy about that at least. Uh, you know, um, I know Steve has a wicked sense of humor, so I know there's also a lot of threads going about Steve, and I just kind of want to do my own little thing. And what I'm doing right now, it kind of makes me feel like I'm talking about Steve at his funeral, just because I guess everyone kind of fantasizes about what someone might say at their funeral. So this is probably what I would say about Steve at his funeral. But thankfully, Steve is still alive and still with us. So, Steve, I just wanted to let you know you're an amazing guy. Um, what I love about you is that you just reach out to everyone in the VC. I've always referred to you as the James Brown of the vinyl community because you're the hardest working man in town, going at it every day. You have your Sunday morning show plus your side off shows where you participate in threads or you do your own thing where you're doing the college radio um, thread you had, not thread, but series you had going on recently. And that's what I loved about you. But I also loved your comments. I was kind of stalking you, Steve. I'd go through other people's videos and I'd always look for your comment and what you said, and it just make me smile. So, there's that too. Don't worry about a restraining order. I'm not in Michigan. I'm in Ontario. I don't have any plans to go to the States. Our borders are closed anyway. So don't worry about, blocking me from Michigan where you live. I also loved hearing about your family. Um, it just, you felt like a true friend, a true neighbor, Steve, actually. Even though I guess we are kind of close geography wise. It's not like a far drive for me down to Michigan to see you. But um, I just like seeing you and your family around Christmas time, like the photos you posted, because I have all the warm thoughts, all the fuzzies about Steve, and just especially around Christmas time, just seeing you out and about celebrating with your family, just hearing the stories was just awesome. And I guess the point I'm trying to make here is not that I'm stalking you, is just that I see you more than just your vinyl. You are more than your vinyl to me. You're just an amazing person. Um, even though we aren't friends in real life, we are friends on YouTube. And I think those same feelings of respect and just love apply here. And my prayers are totally with you. So I loved hearing about your family at Christmas time just because you're an amazing guy. And I'm just curious about what goes on in your life outside of you talking about albums. And I loved hearing about your travels. Particularly what restaurants you ate at, like you're talking about barbecue or you're talking about eating sheep brains in one video. So yeah, I loved you for that. And I loved, your intros where you'd either sing "Won't You Be My Neighbor," or you would, talk about cat, or you would have a little skit at the start. I love those. You know, COVID was really hard on me. It's still hard on me, just the lockdown. And those skits you had earlier on where you just made me laugh, where you're trading toilet paper for a hefty vinyl album, or you had toilet paper on the trees, where you're going, hey, money does grow from trees. That was awesome. That was amazing. And it kept me in high spirits, and you're keeping me in high spirits during the COVID. So I hope, my little tribute to you at least gives you a brief, 10 seconds of joy. So Steve, we love you, man. And, you are more than your vinyl collection. You can rebuild, you can start rebuilding that if you want, or you can go into something else. Just, I hope you do continue to post videos in some way and form so we can just kind of stay in touch through video. And all the best, Steve. and I hope I hope you get past this, move on, and get back to your life. So all the best, Steve. Cheers.